The next question is from Abdul Rahman from UAE, and he's asking that in most of the Muslim countries, because of coronavirus COVID-19, the shopping malls are open, but the mosques are closed. Is it correct to keep the shopping malls open but the mosque closed? Yes, I'm aware. I'm not saying that all the Muslim countries are following, but I'm aware that in some of the Muslim countries, the shopping malls have been kept open, but the mosques have been kept closed. Now this means if it's a country in which majority Muslims are living, and you keep the shopping malls open and you take all the precautions, but you say the mosques should be closed, I totally disagree with this. Because if you can take precaution of keeping the shopping malls open by having the physical distancing and seeing to it that people are apart and taking all the precautions, why can't you do the same in the mosque? When you are allowing a person to go in a restaurant and saying that you can't sit in a restaurant but there should be limited people, so very well you can limit the musallis in a mosque. So to allow the shopping malls to be open full day, that means the Muslim is out for a few hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours, and if he has no place to pray, even if the musalla in the shopping mall is closed, then how will he pray? So this is mainly because people fear that the economy of the country will go down. They are more bothered about the economy of the country than our deen. For me, the deen is the most important. And I said that earlier. For me, the major loss of the coronavirus COVID-19 is the closure of the mosque. The other losses are much less. The biggest loss for me personally is the closure of the mosque. That we could not pray in Jamaat in the mosque. And now you're opening the malls and you're closing the musalla and you're closing the mosque. This is uncalled for. Our Prophet, peace be upon him, he said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written the risk of all the human beings 50,000 years before the creation of the heaven and the earth. So the risk is there, already written. So do you think by opening the mall and closing the mall you'll earn less money or more money? It was already destined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you are going to earn less in this month of April. Already destined. You cannot change it. So here in such a situation, because of economy opening the malls but not opening the mosque, I disagree. If a non-Muslim country they do it, we can understand. They may not understand the deen. But in a Muslim country, when you see in the supermarket, there are in the big supermarket hundreds of people, there are thousands of people. Whatever precaution you take, it cannot be followed completely. In a mosque, at least you can take better precaution than in the supermarket, than in the shopping mall. So allowing the shopping mall and not allowing the masajid and the musallas to be open, I disagree with it. Mirza Wahab Zafar, a journalist from Pakistan, is earning money by using pirated softwares such as Photoshop, Illustrator or any other cracked software. It is haram. Is it haram? A similar question is asked by Abdul Muqit from Lahore, Pakistan. Is using pirated software such as Photoshop and Microsoft Word haram? Be notified that they are being used for educational purpose and are really expensive, plus there are no copyright laws here in Pakistan. Also, what about pirated games? Can we play them? The basic question is that can we use pirated software or pirated products? Is it permitted in Islam? If we know early history, centuries before, when after the demise of Prophet ﷺ, the hadiths were written down and there were scribes who wrote down, regarding this question, many fiqh councils have come together and discussed this issue. According to the fiqh council of Muslim World League in Makkah Mukarramah, also the fiqh council of Jeddah, they said that previously when people used to write the hadith of the scholars of the muhaddithin, so that the original copy, in case it is lost, this preserves it. So it was an act of sawab, and it used to take days and weeks and years to write down. At that time, centuries before, when there was no printing press, all these acts of copying works of great scholars was act of blessing, and it used to spread the message. But now printing has come, and technology has improved. You can print books into thousands of copies, tens of thousands of copies. And now there are many people, if a scholar has spent, it's the opposite now. If a scholar has spent years together in doing some research, and there's a person who prints his book in tens of thousands and sells it by pirating it, this is totally haram. So what previously was act of sawab to preserve the work of scholars, today, if you copy it, if it has a copyright. If it doesn't have a copyright, like my books have got no copyright. Anyone copies it, I said you'll get sawab. Anyone makes videos of mine, no copyright. As long as please don't change it. Yet people change it. So as far as my products are concerned, I have got no copyright. Anyone copies my videos and circulates it, he will get sawab. But those people who have spent a lot of time, and if that is the bread and butter, and if they have put a copyright on it, so anyone copying that, it becomes haram. Even according to Sheikh Utaymi, when the question was asked, that can you copy things which have got copyright? Can you use software which are copyright? He said, if you take a book and if you make few pages photocopy for personal use, accept it, but not for mass circulation. As far as using pirated software, it is haram. If that software has got copyright, and if there are copyrights on it, for using for personal reason, or for office purpose, or for educational purpose, if it has a copyright, someone had put an effort on it, he wants to compensate by getting a part of the money. And if you copyright, you do it yourself, it is haram. Or if you buy pirated software, the person buying pirated software, encouraging him to pirate it. I'm aware that you can buy in Pakistan with few hundred rupees pirated software. If you want to buy original, you have to pay 10,000, 20,000 rupees. If that software has got copyright, buying pirated software or copying copyright software in Islam, it's haram. I'm aware that many of the Muslims do it. Some are doing unknowingly, some are doing knowingly. According to Sheikh Utaymi and according to fiqh council, using pirated software is haram. If you can't afford it, don't use it. You cannot use pirated because it is as good as cheating or robbing someone of the intellectual property. Mazharul Islam, Bangladesh. How many people have accepted Islam through you? It is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who can give hidayah. Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Ghashiyah, chapter number 88, verse number 19, 20, 21, فَذَكِّرْ إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُذَكِّرٌ. He tells to the Prophet, your job is to deliver the message. Giving hidayah is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. Only Allah can give hidayah. But I do agree, Allah chooses His servants through whom He gives hidayah. And the best example is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Through him the maximum people got hidayah. Until now they're getting hidayah. As far as how many people have got hidayah through me, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who's the best to keep the hisab. Even if one person gets hidayah, I would thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it will, that one person you give hidayah, through you Allah gives hidayah, it's sufficient to transport to Jannah. I always pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may He make me instrumental in giving as many people as possible hidayah, getting as many people closer to Islam, and leaving the shirk and kufr and coming to Islam. I also pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may He make me instrumental in fulfilling the hadith of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that one day inshallah Islam will enter every home. brother called Nasiruddin, that why are you absconding in Malaysia? I'm not absconding in Malaysia. People know that I'm staying in Malaysia, in Putrajaya. What he may be meaning that why did I run away to Malaysia, or why did I come to Malaysia? And you know that there was an allegation by the Indian government because of the popularity, and many people were accepting Islam, and the new government, the BJP government, again is the Muslims, and they had a lot of agenda. So they laid allegation against me, first on terrorism, they could not prove it. Then they said hate speech, they could not prove it. Then they went to money laundering, that also they cannot prove it. Then they tried to give me a bait and tried to convince me to come back at a compromise, which I didn't agree. Basically, I did Hijrah. And Hijrah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I being a da'i, when I felt that my life was in danger, I did Hijrah. And this is the sunnah of the prophets and the sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I was happy that Allah made it possible for me to follow one of the sunnahs of the Prophet, which very few people can do. I did Hijrah and I chose Malaysia. The reason is because I feel Malaysia is one of the best available Muslim countries in the world. Most of the Muslim countries in the world today have got problems. The best available amongst the Muslim countries, more than 56 that are there, I felt Malaysia was the best. That is the reason I came here. The reason I felt Malaysia was the best is, number one, that Malaysia is away from the war zone. You know, many Muslim countries are in the war zone, especially in the Gulf region. You have war in Yemen, you have war in Syria. So this Malaysia is away from the war zone, number one. Number two, it's away from the wrong influence of the Western countries. You know, people, the Gulf countries and Muslim countries close, which are in Europe and otherwise, they're under the influence, the bad influence of the Western countries, which Malaysia is away. It has very little influence of America and the Western countries, number two. Number three, Malaysia is the country which has the strongest passport amongst the Muslim country. A Malaysian can travel to 185 countries without any visa. This was, I checked up last couple of months back. USA may be additional 2 countries. The highest is Japan, 190 countries. Then is Singapore, 189 countries. Then maybe UK, USA, 187, 186. Malaysia is 185 countries. The strongest passport amongst all the Muslim countries. That is point number 3. Point number 4, amongst the non-Arab Muslim countries, I'm not talking about the Arab Muslim countries, the non-Arab Muslim countries, on an average, a Malaysian, according to me, is a more practicing Muslim than an average Indian or average Pakistani. I do not mean bad for the Indians or the Pakistani, even I am an Indian Muslim. An average Indian Muslim or average Pakistani Muslim or a Bangladeshi Muslim, any non-Arab Muslim, Malaysia is, on average, a Malaysian Muslim is more practicing. You have the percentage wise, if you see a survey that says that in India, the Muslim coming to the 5 times compulsory Sun mosque is just a minute percentage. In Malaysia, it's a high percentage. The people fasting is a high percentage. That's the reason, as compared to the other non-Arab Muslim countries, the practice of Islam is stronger. That's point number 4. Point number 5, that in Malaysia, the federal religion is Islam. So you don't have to feel shy to call yourself Muslims. There are many Muslim countries where you feel shy to call yourself a Muslim. The majority are Muslims, more than 90% are Muslim, but because of the atmosphere, because of the so-called secular government calling themselves Muslims. So these were the reasons that I chose Malaysia over other countries. I had got requests from more than 12, 13, 14 countries to come and stay there, and I chose Malaysia as the best amongst the one available.